His MVP. Goal swung, right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. One swing. Drive. It's tied. Seager smashes the ball down the line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field, way back there. Gone again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live. Coming at you, bottom of the eighth. Phil Maton making his Rangers debut. And he gets Polanco to strike out swinging, baby. Danny Colomb and Phil Maton go back-to-back in the seventh and the eighth. They send this game to the ninth. Newly acquired Danny Colomb, Phil Maton getting the job done. Love to see it. Trade acquisitions already doing work out there. Let's go, baby. Woo! What a sight to see. That is a sight for sore eyes, man. You know, you obviously, first debut, first innings pitched with the new club. Especially Phil Maton, I got to say, you know, with Phil and some of the past history, it would have been pretty easy right there after a meltdown inning for a lot of Rangers fans to jump on Phil Maton. But that'll work, man. What an inning. What a couple of innings there from Colomb and Maton to send this game to the top of the ninth. The Rangers, good guys, up 3-2 right now. And coming up here in the top of the ninth inning, the Rangers will have Evan Carter leading off, Wyatt Langford, Jock Peterson. Bizzardo is going to replace Matt Brash for the Mariners. Rangers looking for that all-important insurance run. See if they can get it. We're going to bring you the live play-by-play, mix in the color commentary as well. Of course, we will take your comments and questions along the way. As I always say, during the game itself, maybe a little hit or miss checking comments and questions. Please feel free to copy and paste again. Please feel free to post your comment, your question a second time. We will absolutely try and get to everything of substance before the night is over. Don't want anybody thinking we're ducking anything. Now, at this point, Bizzardo, a couple of appearances against the Rangers before this game in some of their previous series. 4-0 record in 48 games this season, 2.65 ERA. Definitely a guy that has had a lot of success this year for Seattle. Let's see if he can keep it a one-run game. Hope not, but let's see what he can do here. Evan Carter in the box. Carter 0 for 3 on the night, and it is going to be a 1-1 count pretty quickly on here. Bizzardo going to deliver pitch number 3. Great sinker on the inner half, man. That's a great sinker. Evan Carter's going to go timeout. I mean, look, it probably was a ball now that I'm looking at. Game day. Yeah, it was a ball. Jeez. That pitch has some movement on it. I mean, look, it's obviously a ball right there. It should be 2-1, but that pitch has some movement on it, man. It's a nice pitch from Bizzardo. Not a strike at all. This umpire, I think Mariners fans, I don't know, maybe Mariners fans won't agree, but this umpire has been pretty terrible. Y'all don't hear me say that every night. I don't get on here and constantly whine about officiating, but this umpire has been pretty terrible. Evan Carter's going to strike out swinging, and we quickly have one down here in the top of the ninth inning. Wyatt Langford up to bat. Rough night for Evan Carter. 3 strikeouts on the night. Evan has just not been the same since the All-Star break, man. Feel bad for him. Evan Carter, one of the better dudes in baseball, if you ask me. But since the All-Star break, it has just not been good. 6 for his last 38. 158 average. Bro is hitting a robust 554 OPS in his last 15 games. Over his last 30 games, Evan Carter is hitting 638 for his OPS, 229 average. Wyatt Langford up to bat right now. Wyatt is 1 for 3 on the night with a couple of Ks himself. Hard line drive. Gives it a ride, but J-Rod is there, and the Rangers are down to their final out in the top of the ninth, leading Seattle 3-2. Yeah. That one, that Geno hit, that was heart in the throat type stuff. That Geno hit, man. I thought off the bat it had a shot, and sure enough, it got all the way out there to the track. Thankful Dolly was positioned well, made the catch. Definitely had the heart in the throat on that Geno hit out to the track. That was a great AB. What a battle by Maton and Geno there. Maton getting the best of him. But that was a battle. Quickly 0-2 on Swaggerty. Swaggerty on the left side with Bizzardo, the righty, in the game. Swaggerty definitely has had a better season, I feel like, from the right side than he has from the left. He was 1 for 1 with the double. It looks like he is going to ground out to Geno at third base. Geno flips it over, and the Rangers are headed to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Mariners. 1-run lead for Texas, trying to even up this series at a game apiece with Jacob deGrom on the bump tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Shane, what's good, my guy? Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Appreciate you. Let's see. I want to use Colomb as closer, not Garcia. I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan of throwing the soft relievers, the soft throwers as closers. I know some of y'all might say, as long as you're getting outs, right? As long as you're getting outs, it's all good. But I'm just not a big fan of the soft throwing closers. I mean, look, it's just me. It's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. I just don't love the guys that throw low 90s, 88, 89, and they're closing ball games for you. I don't know. Kelly's on the mound tomorrow. Did they announce that? I've been running around a little bit tonight. They really bumped back deGrom for Kelly. Wow. If that's the case, I am very surprised. I would not have expected them to disrupt Jacob deGrom's routine. I would have thought they would have probably kicked Patrick Corbin out of his start on Sunday before they did that. I thought maybe Merrill would actually start tonight. We're going to talk about Jack Leiter, who I actually thought, even though, look, the command still not super sharp, Jack Leiter, I thought, actually kind of turned in a gutsy performance tonight. I'll explain why in a little bit. Tomorrow, by the way, Rangers play finally a day game. Merrill Kelly is the projected starter, and deGrom is on Sunday now. Wow, I love that. That's big, man. You get deGrom and Merrill Kelly back-to-back. Look, either way, I thought Merrill would go Sunday, deGrom would stay on Saturday. But I'm excited for the Merrill Kelly debut tomorrow. I just like, if you can pull off a win today, you've got a chance to win the series with two of the best pitchers in baseball on the mound, in Merrill Kelly and Jacob deGrom. We keep rolling. Ryland, look, I appreciate all day long speaking things into existence. I really do. Let's see if it works, my guy. Let's see if it works. Appreciate you watching the show. Maton definitely, I feel like, had control the entire inning. I didn't feel like Maton was ever out of control. I really like how Phil mixes the timing up. That's one of the things Rangers pitching has been so bad at over the last year and a half, it feels like. Holding runners on. Really felt like Maton did a great job making it tough for Moore, I believe, to steal second base. He finally ultimately did. But just like the way that he has and carries himself out there, the presence on the mound, I just like it. I'm impressed so far with what I've seen. It's obviously one inning for Colomb and also for Maton, but nevertheless, it could have gone the exact opposite, and we would all be in shambles right now. Robert Garcia on. Garcia is going to get Canzone swinging at a terrible strike one. High and tight. No way that was going to be a strike. I don't know. Maybe with this umpire behind the dish, maybe it would have been a strike. Maybe it would have been. All right, YouTube, I got to see what's good with y'all right now. Blade, what's good, man? Thank you so much for the comment. Ninja, what's up, my guy? Carson, thanks for hanging out. All you guys, appreciate the support of the channel. Yeah, it was beautiful to see, man. Absolutely beautiful to see. Appreciate your support of the show. Hey, Dylan, what's good, man? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, yeah, I love this hat. I haven't worn this hat, I don't think, on really any of the lives yet. I actually found it. I couldn't find it for a long time in my in my upstairs. Guess I need to do some spring cleaning. Found this, and I'm like, I'm wearing this on the show tonight, dang it. So here we go. By the way, 0-1, and we are going to get a single here. Hey, Rylan, not quite a homer, but the Mariners will take a single here from Canzone. And they are in business here in the bottom of the ninth. Robert Garcia, man, it is either like lights out with Robert or it is just really interesting. As I like to say, strap on the seatbelt, get the barf bag, buckle up. It is either one or the other with Robert. There is no in between. He either has a super clean inning or it is going to be interesting really, really fast. All right, we keep rolling. All right, Eagle, what's good? Thanks for hanging. Eagle, you still got to email me, by the way, so I can get you in the Discord. I'll put my email in the chat one more time for you, my guy. And look, no pressure either way. You don't. It's not a big deal, but just want to throw it out there for you, my guy. Hopefully a double play here for sure, Benny boy. Hopefully. Dan, I'm with you. Nervous right now. Anxious. Not even going to lie. Look, Garcia, like I said, he's either really, really good or things start going sideways quickly. Garv Sauce in the on-deck circle? You got to be kidding me. I don't want to see Garv Sauce with base runners on. Can we get a DP here? It's going to have to be a hard hit ball. Crawford's got a little bit of speed. It's going to have to be a hard hit baseball here. Eagle, no worries, man. And if you need me to help out, happy to help, my guy. Look, I don't. Oh, my goodness. Pain. Pain, man. Wow. You got to be kidding me. Baxic just saying on the show. We'll get there, y'all. Give me a second. Baxic just is saying on the broadcast right now, Garcia threw 5 pitches that inning, did not execute one of them. The pitch that he threw to Crawford for the home run was supposed to be a fastball low and away. Fastball low and away, and instead it goes fastball. I don't even want to say middle in. It was fastball on the inside corner. Crawford just turned on it, man. I feel like I'm getting deja vu. Has Crawford walked us off before? I feel like I'm getting deja vu. Has he walked us off before? I'm almost like 100% certain in 23 he walked us off at some point. I don't know. Somebody help me out on that one. It feels like at some point. Yeah, B. Deddy, he did. I'm almost 100% he walked us off 2 years ago as well. Give me a second, y'all. I'm going to get there. It just hurts. Hurts. All right, let's get to it. We got to do this analysis. No more pouting. I could sit here in silence for a little bit longer, but here's what I'll say. You know, we definitely are at a place right now where I think these are the kinds of ball games we're going to continue to see Texas play. You guys heard me say over and over again, go get slump insurance. Go get a bat. And we did not see that happen. CY coming out later on and basically saying, yeah, we feel great about Berger coming back, and we still think Jock Peterson can find his swing. So this is going to continue to be the way that Texas plays ball games. It's going to be low scoring most nights, and you are going to have to be 100% fine-tuned from a pitching perspective in order to win games. And if one guy is off, that's what sucks. If one guy is off, it all comes crashing down really quickly. And tonight, one guy was off. I mean, if you want to count Jack Leiter, okay. Jack Leiter definitely did not have his best outing, but when you look at Jack, he pitched 4 1/3, and he gave up 1 earned run. That's not terrible. You would love for him to go 5 innings, 6 innings, 100%. Definitely not saying that he was electric out there tonight, but he did have 7 Ks, and he did hold Seattle, which I consider to be a pretty potent offense, to 1 earned run. I think Robert Garcia obviously is the weak link tonight, and I think this raises a lot of questions. A lot of people, a lot of Rangers fans that I've talked to were already feeling iffy about Robert Garcia. I kind of thought that maybe they would do a little bit more mixing in with Sean Armstrong, but when you look at the lineup for Seattle and you just take a look at what was coming up. So you had a Rosarina, you had Young, you had a Rosarina, you had Raleigh. That was prime lefty right there, right? You want to turn Cal Raleigh around on the right side. You want a Rosarina. You want J-Rod. You want all those guys that are coming up. I mean, I think that the lefty was probably the play here. I don't think Armstrong or anybody else was the play. I think Garcia probably was the play. But at this point, I think that you're going to have to start considering other options. Robert Garcia, I need to look at the stats before I just run my mouth. But it just feels like Robert Garcia has blown a lot of games. He's lost 6 games. So the blown saves, I'm going to have to look at that, see if I can scroll down and get you guys the blown save number. Don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it up. Okay, here we go. So he is 9 for 13 in save opportunities, and he has 6 losses. So probably 4 of those blown saves were losses, and then he has 2 additional losses when the game was tied. Not save opportunities. So he's basically blown 6 games. 6 too many. Subtract 6 from the loss column and add it to the win column. Rangers are sitting pretty good without all of these Robert Garcia blown games. 6 is way too many. It is way too many. Robert Garcia, it does feel like he needs a 2+ run inning to get a save, but a 2+ run lead, but it wouldn't have even mattered tonight. If he would have had 2 runs, he would have just gave up the game-tying run. Look, Rangers need to get a closer. They've got enough elite arms at this point. They just need a new closer. I think they really genuinely do have enough elite arms in the bullpen. I just think you got to be done with the Robert Garcia experiment. Be done with it. It's not working. He's blown 6 games. He didn't execute a single pitch in that 9th inning. I mean, Baxick said it on the broadcast right after J.P. Crawford rounded the bases. You had 5 pitches thrown. None of them were executed. And you can't have that from a closer. It cannot be a 50-50 proposition. Are we going to get Garcia executing, or are we going to get a guy that can't hit the broadside of the barn? It's ridiculous. Why does it have to be so 50-50 with Robert Garcia? Would love for that question to be asked. Would love for that question to be asked. Why does it have to be such a 50-50 proposition. It feels like every other time he's coming into a ball game and he's just totally lost. Can't throw a strike, or he comes in and he's striking out guys left and right. I think you can do some shuffling with the pen and still make this work. I know a lot of people are going to go immediately to should have gone and got a closer, should have done this, should have done that. Look, did y'all see Bednar's stat line tonight? Bednar got lit up tonight pitching for the Yankees. So look, it's not money in the bank. There are other guys in the pen that can save games. There's other guys. I think at this point, maybe you do consider Colomb, or maybe you do consider Maton, or maybe you do consider Hobie Milner. Somebody, maybe, you know what? Little dark horse here. Maybe you consider Cole Winn. Something that I didn't necessarily want to see happen this season, but when do you start considering Cole Winn for a ninth inning role? I don't think you can, in good faith, continue to throw Robert Garcia out there in the ninth. DFA Robert? I don't know if they're going to DFA him. I really don't. But I do not think that they are going to pitch him in the ninth inning anymore. Rangers season is on the line tomorrow and Sunday. I definitely do feel the importance of these games. I feel the importance of them. The Rangers need to get 2 wins, Saturday and Sunday. I will say this. If you can win one and avoid getting swept, I still think you've got plenty of chance. If you get swept, you're still not completely out of it, but it's not looking good. It is not looking good at all. Yeah, they started Jock and Tubby. Yeah, Jock and Rowdy in the same lineup is interesting. I know Jock Peterson had a hit tonight. Jock was 1 for 1, right? And he got hit by a pitch as well. Haggerty subbed in for him eventually. Just so disappointing. That's all I can say, guys. It's just so disappointing. You have such a great game. You have Colomb. You have Maton come in and really look pretty sharp. I know Maton walked somebody, and it got a little interesting against Gino Suarez, but it's just such a good game. Milner, Colomb, Maton, just beautiful 3 2/3 of bullpen relief. And then you have Robert Garcia come in and forget how to pitch. Corey Seager, by the way, on base streak at 30 comes to an end tonight. I did say before the series, it was probably going to take an act of God for that streak to continue for Siegs in this ballpark. And look, it's not just Corey Seager hitting in this ballpark. It is a lot of Rangers that just don't have a lot of success here at T-Mobile. But I really did not feel like Corey Seager was going to come out of this series unscathed. He just does not see the ball great here. Doesn't see the ball well. We keep going. Robert Garcia, yeah. Look, Ryan, I used that quote from CY2. Like, results over pedigree. The results aren't there. He's lost 6 games for you. Robert Garcia has blown 4 saves and lost 6 games. I don't know why you continue to throw him out there. And that's the question that needs to get asked. What's the thought on continuing to use Robert Garcia even though he's blown 4 saves now and has lost 6 games? What's the thought process? I would love to know it. I think at this point, it's pretty obvious the Rangers need to move on from Robert Garcia at the closer spot. I think they can still utilize him in other ways. I don't think he needs to be DFA'd. I don't think we're there yet. I think Robert Garcia can still be useful, but not in high leverage spots. Look, for as many shutdowns as he's had this year, and he's had a number of them, I don't want 50-50. I don't want to feel like every time you come into a game, I don't know what version I'm getting of you. I don't know if I'm getting the guy that forgets how to throw a strike, or if I'm getting the guy that's going to strike out 2 out of 3 batters, do the fist pump and after the game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what guy I'm getting when he comes out of the bullpen every night. It's just really too bad that this is the way this game has to end. It would help if the Astros could take 2 against the Sox. Oh, geez. We got to cheer for the Astros this weekend? Oh, disgusting. Disgusting, man. Mason, the bullpen absolutely feels the pressure, and they've done really, really well. But I can't excuse Robert Garcia, dude. This is your 6th game that you've lost. This is your 6th loss for the club. Like, that's 6 too many. Even if it was 5, I'd feel the same way. I mean, I think a lot of us already felt shaky about Robert and the closer role. Dan, I'm with you. Trying to work through it. It's not easy to do these bad walk-off shows like this. The last thing you want to do is just continue to put salt in the wound after something like this. But we're here. We got to talk about it. We're not ducking anything. Rain or shine, man. It's part of being a fan. Sucks that we lost the game this way. This was a game you really felt amazing about winning. If they could have got this game, you can go into Saturday, Sunday, Merrill, Kelly, Jacob deGrom. I mean, you've got all the chance in the world. The bats just have to come alive, though. Logan Gilbert is a really, really good pitcher. He's a really good pitcher. He was not unbeatable tonight. Just was not unbeatable. And you look at the numbers from Logan. He had 7 Ks himself, no walks, but he had 5 hits off of him, 3 earned runs. He just did not feel unbeatable tonight. The stuff wasn't so nasty that you just didn't even have a shot. And the Rangers just have to figure out a way to score more than 3 runs a game. And this is so classic Rangers. When you look at the box score, you score in the 3rd inning and then you don't score again the entire game. Happens way too much. This is why we said go get a bat. That's why we said go get a bat. But here's kind of where I'm thinking right now with the offense. I imagine they walk away from today feeling positive about Jock Peterson. He got a hit. He drew the HBP. I'd imagine they're walking away feeling probably positive about Jock. I do think when you look at some other areas, you look at Jonah Heim's performance today, I was really surprised not to see Higgy in the lineup. I think Higgy against Gilbert, maybe I'm imagining this, but I thought we went over it and Higgy actually had pretty good numbers against Gilbert. I was a little surprised not to see Higgy. I thought we would see him in the lineup tonight, but Jonah Heim going 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. I mean, look, you're not expecting him to be offensive savior per se, but there are some guys that can just be black holes at time. I think, Evan Carter and Adolis going a collective 0 for 8 hurts. I mean, that's your 4 and 5 hitter right there. 4 and 5 goes 0 for 8 with 3 Ks. Corey Seager goes 0 for 4 as well. I mean, you have 3 guys in your top 5 going a combined 0 for 12 with 5 Ks. Not good. Not good at all. All right. That's what I got for y'all. We'll get to comments and questions. I appreciate the patience. I got to say this. Jack Leiter, gritty 4 1/3. Got to get better at going deeper into games, but you know what? 1 earned run. I don't want to see a lot of Jack Leiter hate. I don't think Jack is probably going to be a guy that sticks in the rotation. When Tyler Mahle gets back, I would assume Jack is probably going to the bullpen. Kumar Rocker was demoted to AAA. I don't know if you saw that news. He's going to continue to work as a starter. Although later in the season, he may have a chance to come back and work in the pen for the Rangers. But Jack is probably on borrowed time a little bit in terms of his spot in the rotation. I don't think Tyler Mahle is coming back anytime soon, but I just think Jack's probably got about a month to work with at this point. All right, let me keep rolling. I can't put my finger on it, but this team just doesn't have the 23 World Series feel. It's rare they put good teams away. Well, look, I think a lot of people, Tim, I appreciate the gift, by the way, on TikTok. A lot of people, though, I'm not saying this is like a gotcha. And Sam, clearly I'm not saying that you said this either. But, a lot of us, we tend to fall into, hey, after a big win, this feels like 23, right? After a big win, after the Rangers come back and get a dub, oh, this feels just like 23. And then they lose a game like this, and it's like, yeah, they're nothing like 23. I mean, look, it's so game to game, and I get it. It's highs and lows, it's peaks and valleys, but for me, this team is definitely not at the 23 level in terms of offense. They're going to have some nice nights. They are. You've seen it happen. They're going to have some good nights. But by and large, they're going to score about 3 or 4 runs a game, maybe get to 5. And you're just going to have to count on a starting pitcher giving up 1 or 2 and the bullpen shutting it down or maybe just giving up 1 run. I think at this point, yeah, I don't think anybody should really be expecting 23 Rangers out of this team in 2025. We keep going. Ryan, good way to put it. Good way to put it. Well, Jeremy, I think that this is why Leiter in the bullpen is probably going to play, right? The comment was, it was intriguing seeing Leiter ramp it up to 100 miles an hour. Yeah, I mean, that's going to play in the bullpen. It really is. That is going to play. We'll see what happens down the stretch. I think Leiter's obviously going to be in the rotation for, I would say, the next 3, maybe even 4 weeks. But in the bullpen, yeah, that'll play. Look, Antonio, I've said that too. Good to see you, my guy, by the way. Even after a tough loss like this, we're here. We're here. And we're going to get through it. We'll flush this one out, and we'll be back tomorrow, man. That's just how it goes. How it goes. But if you can get a split, that'd be phenomenal. I did not expect a series win. I said that last night. I didn't expect the Rangers to win this series. I did think they could get a split, and when they got Merrill Kelly, I definitely thought they could get a split just by virtue of having deGrom and Kelly both pitching in the series. I wish that you could have given a little bit of leeway by winning this game. You could have taken a little pressure off, and then you've got 2 opportunities to split the series with deGrom going on Sunday and Kelly going tomorrow. Now you have pretty thin to 0 margin for error. Hey, Jude, appreciate it, man. Yeah, look, this is always, I mean, this really entire year, I feel like there's been a couple of blowouts. Mariners have pulled away late in a few games for sure. But by and large, I feel like most of the games that these two teams play are entertaining games. They're competitive. They're close. It's a good series. It's a good series. It's unfortunate the Rangers have come out on the short end multiple times against Seattle. Seattle's a good team. Got a lot of respect for them. Offense is quality. Like a lot of their players. Think that they have a number of special pitchers as well. Talked about it last night. Not trying to troll. But I do think that Seattle, that they're probably an ace pitcher away from winning a World Series. I don't think as constructed right now. I just don't think they have that one guy that you need a lot of the time to push you over that final hurdle to win a World Series. And for Seattle, that would be their first one in franchise history. They've got really, really good pitching. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like, and even some Seattle fans kind of back me up a little bit on this one. I just think you're probably one elite pitcher away from winning it all. I think if you gave Seattle a deGrom or an Evo, they would be pretty hard to stop if the offense is going to play like this and hit like this. We keep going. Bob Garcia to China. Yeah, Bob Garcia, I don't know how long he's going to be hanging out in the closer role, that's for sure. On the team, we'll see. We'll see. Antonio, that's what you got to do. Hey, we'll flush this one out as well, but this just sucks, man. You get walked off. It's never fun. Yeah, Garcia, Ryan, thank you. I think this is the reasonable take here. Robert Garcia is not a bad pitcher. In fact, I think he's a good pitcher. But some guys are just not built to be closers. They're just not built to be closers. They're good in the 6th. They're good in the 7th. They might even be good in the 8th. But they get to that 9th inning, and it is just a different beast, man. It is. Some guys just cannot consistently perform in the 9th. Rangers are facing some real adversity for sure. We're going to see how they come out of this series. I'd rather see Duran come in to close the game. The ephus, the devastating ephus, Ezekiel Duran and his 0.00 ERA. Shoot, at this point, you can't do any worse. Like, seriously. I don't think that Kimbrel is really doing any better in the minors. You know, he has racked up a few saves, but look, he's throwing about 93, maybe touching 94, and he given up a couple of long balls last time I checked. So I don't think Craig Kimbrel is the answer. I know, and some of y'all maybe saw, I posted a video about Kimbrel, and at that point, the Rangers were still having issues in the ninth inning. And when we had first acquired him, I basically said, you might as well give him a shot. Robert Garcia was struggling then. And we had Chris Martin, who was kind of struggling in the ninth inning too. Mainly when the game was tied, not necessarily when we were ahead. But I think Kimbrel, after having watched him play a little bit for Round Rock, I'm not so sure he's the answer either. Who will Bochy try next in the ninth? I'm going to go Armstrong. I think Armstrong is probably going to get the next closer job. What do you guys think? Zach, what's good? Jack Leiter closer? Y'all, I don't know. I don't know about Jack Leiter closer. I really don't. Like, I don't know if you need to add more pressure to that guy. You don't want to take a ninth inning assignment for a young kid like Jack Leiter lightly. I don't necessarily know if I'm totally on board with Jack Leiter closer. You think he gives Garcia one more time? No, I don't. I don't think so. Locked, maybe it's coming, but you know what? I think they'll probably try Cole Winn at closer before they try Jack Leiter. I think they'll try Cole Winn there before they try Jack there. 100%. At least Cole has worked out of the bullpen and worked in some late inning situations. I think they'll try Cole Winn. In fact, I actually wouldn't mind if they tried Cole Winn. I think at the beginning of the year, I did not want to see the young guys get thrust into this role, into the ninth inning role. At this point, you got to figure it out and just win games. So if a young kid has to pitch in the ninth inning, so be it. I would probably rather Cole Winn get a shot. I think it's going to be Armstrong. And I'd probably say Armstrong over Winn at this point. But, Winn, I think, would be able to hold his own. I think he's got good enough stuff. Phil Maton, I think, potentially could be. I think they're going to start getting creative. I do not think that they are going to mess around with Robert Garcia in the closer role. I mean, this just is not a time to be worried about people's feelings. It's not. You can't worry about Robert Garcia's feelings. Dude, you're losing us games. We have to win ball games right now. So there's no hard feelings. But maybe Maton. Maybe. I kind of wonder if it'll be Armstrong. But Maton, definitely. Hot take, Bochy needs to get out. He's killing us day by day. Cameron, tell me the moves tonight that you didn't like from Boch. This isn't a gotcha. I just genuinely want to know. What moves tonight didn't you like from Bochy? Albert, good to see you, man. Tough night tonight. I understand, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. Day game tomorrow, all right? Thanks for tuning in. Jeremy, it definitely feels that way. A couple of people are talking about Bochy. What moves would you have liked to have seen Boch do differently tonight? Pitchers need to figure out their quirks, maybe. First of all, I just feel like October's a different animal. You can be really, really good in the regular season. And I mean, look, it's a little unfair to the Mariners pitchers because some of them haven't gotten the opportunity to pitch deep into October or anything like that. But I do think that the Mariners, it feels like they need an ace. Just my take. You don't have to agree. But I just feel like they need a deGrom. They need an Evo. They need somebody that you just know is going out there and throwing 7 shutout innings or 7 1 earned run at worst. And I just think that they're missing that. That's just me. Again, Mariners fans, you don't have to agree. I really am not trying to be a hater or anything like that. It's just my take. Keep going. Woo is good. I think Woo is definitely above average to elite. I would not put Wu in the category of big-time ace. I'm sorry. I know maybe that's going to come off disrespectful to some of my Mariners fans, but I would not consider Bryan Woo to be big-time ace at this point. I think he's having a great year. I don't think that he's there yet. Need to see it on a more consistent level and at a higher level. I don't think you can say, hey, after a few months in 2025, Bryan Woo all-star appearance, and suddenly he's your big-time ace in October. I don't think it works that way. There's a reason. Hey, you said it, not me. The comment was there's a reason the Mariners have never been to a World Series. That's just going straight for the jugular, my guy. Oh, shoot. We just got to shake this loss off and move on to the next. Hey, that's all you can do. That's really all you can do. Merrill Kelly to the rescue tomorrow. I sure hope so. I hope Merrill comes out and pitches his butt off and has an amazing first start for Texas. Merrill, to me, has the most pressure on him because you overpaid for Merrill Kelly. You overpaid for him. And I'm going to have a video out probably later tonight, maybe early tomorrow morning before the game, kind of introducing all the new pitchers. For some of you guys, it'll be a little bit of old news, but I'd still encourage you to watch, support the channel. But it'll go through all of the pitchers and talk about some of their numbers, which, by the way, if you get a chance to look up some of these guys' baseball savant pages, Phil Maton, it's like nothing but red. My guys in the Discord back me up on this. Like, it is nothing but red when you look at Phil Maton's baseball savant page. It's like 90 percentile. Boom, 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 boom. Like, it's pretty incredible, honestly. But look, I'll drop that video, and it'll probably be out sometime tomorrow. But I just feel like at this point, you know, you overpaid for Merrill Kelly. And so he's got the most pressure on him. The only way I see the Merrill Kelly deal being worth it, one of two things need to happen. You either need to win a World Series or you need to re-sign Merrill. If you can do one of those two things, I feel like the trade becomes worth it. If you can't, I feel like it was a pretty big overpay by the Rangers. You gave up 3 top 15 prospects to get Merrill Kelly. 3. And Merrill is a half-season rental. I think you got to win a World Series or re-sign this guy for that trade to be worth it. Let's see. What do we got? Why are we putting Zeke in? The Rangers love chasing matchups. And maybe, Cameron, this can go to your point about Bochy. I do agree. I don't love how robotically, I think that's a perfect word if I do say so myself, robotically, the Rangers chase matchups. It doesn't matter. They just hit the button, platoon, bench, there's a lefty up, bench, there's a righty coming up. They just very robotically bench guys when you get a lefty coming in, when you get a righty coming in. And I think that it does sometimes work out well, but tonight, I don't think it did. The offense obviously did not wake up and did not score any runs after the 3rd inning. It's painful. I am really looking forward to the day when the Rangers move away from this massive amount of platoon players. Like, you know, again, Evan Carter, Jock Peterson, even Josh Smith is kind of like a platoon player at this point. I'm really looking forward to the day when the Rangers have, I'm going to say, 8 everyday starters and maybe a 9th spot kind of mixes in here and there. But I just, for me, get tired of the constant platooning of the players. Yeah, Brian, by the way, Young is hurt, dealing with a calf injury. And so they said he was going to be out yesterday. They said he was going to be out today. We might see Josh Young on Saturday or Sunday. But I don't know if they have nailed that down yet. We keep going. I hate seeing Evan being platooned, especially when he was a top prospect. I'm with you on this. I am with you on this. Like, I think next year is going to be the year where they kind of say sink or swim, with Evan Carter playing every day. I think they'll give him a shot. But I am definitely all over this comment. Like, Jeremy, same, man. Same page. I just think the constant platooning and the constant changing of the lineup. And look, I'm not talking about strategic moves like a guy is not hitting well, so you move him down a spot. I'm just talking about, you're bringing in Rowdy Tellez. You're benching Jock Peterson. You're putting in Swaggerty against lefties only. Okay, now you're benching him and bringing in Evan Carter. I just think that constant changing of the lineup does make it difficult. Young boy is on a tear for sure. He is definitely on a tear. He has been great since coming up from AAA. It's really unfortunate he keeps dealing with injuries. I don't think he's helping his cause for not being labeled injury prone. It does feel like Josh Young is on the verge of getting that label. And I tried to defend Josh as long as I possibly can from the injury prone label. I do feel like you're getting into injury prone territory with Josh Young. It's a lot of injuries with him. A lot of injuries. Let's see. I think that this is a valuable comment. Probably one of the gold comments of the night, Jeremy. Like, the comment is for all y'all on TikTok. How can guys get hot when you're benching them every 2 to 3 days? No, Lane, it's not cooked, but the Rangers got to win a game in this series. You can't get swept. I know some of y'all are saying you got to win the next 2. Season's hanging in the balance. I think if you win one of the next 2, you're going to stay afloat. 2 out of the next 2 would be phenomenal, but at least don't get swept. If you get swept, it's still not over, but it's definitely not looking good. 2 games left in this series. deGrom has been hit hard by the Mariners this season. Well, deGrom's coming off a rough start, Big Game James, so it's a fair point. deGrom's coming off a pretty rough start. He definitely got touched up a little bit in his last outing. So you're either going to get like total beast mode deGrom tomorrow night, or maybe you're going to get a little bit more of the same what you got last start. Could have gotten Suarez with those 3 prospects that they gave up for Kelly. That would have been interesting. Let's see how it plays out, but that would have been interesting for sure. I think Adolis should get an extension. Disagree. I cannot give Adolis Garcia an extension. Adolis is going to be 34 years old. He's one of the streakiest hitters in the game of baseball. When he's going well, it's phenomenal. When he's not, it's bad. And for me, at 34 years of age, I'm not trying to give Adolis Garcia an extension. It is very hard being a fan of this team. Rangers need to stack some wins. Yeah, they do need to start stacking some wins. They did for a second. Like, they won 6 in a row. I'd say that's stacking. CY's stubbornness to not get a bat adds to his questionable decision-making. It's always been questionable with CY in the offense. I mean, dude absolutely cooks with pitching. Can we all agree? Like, CY, if you just let him handle the pitching and you got somebody else to handle the offense, I think that would be a match made in heaven. CY is goated when it comes to finding good pitching. He did it. I feel like he did it again with the trade deadline. Like, you got Merrill Kelly, you got Maton, you got Colomb. You've got CY constantly finding good value in the pitching position. It's just the offense, man. It's the offense. Who would I have closing? Brian, appreciate the comment, by the way. I would probably go Armstrong, and then I would go Cole Winn. Why not? Like, at this point, why not Cole Winn? Give Armstrong a shot, see what he can do, but after that, I'm going Cole Winn. I'm seeing what the young kid can do. Cole Winn's got upper 90s fastball. He's got some good off speed. He's got the pedigree. Former first-round pick by the Rangers out of Orange Lutheran. He's got the pedigree. He's got the pedigree. So for me, I'm giving Cole Winn a shot after I maybe give Armstrong some chances. Hey, enjoy the win, Mariners fans. Enjoy the win. Win at closer instead of Leiter. Leiter is the better option, in my opinion. Blaze, here's why I disagree. Cole Winn has actually been working out of the pen. Jack Leiter hasn't. And Jack Leiter actually did work out of the pen last year. It didn't go super great. I don't know if you can totally equate last year versus this year's version of Jack Leiter, but I like Cole Winn because he's actually worked out of the pen and he has pitched late in games for the Express. He's pitched late in games for Texas, albeit not always in a save situation, but he's pitched for us with, a 4-run lead, a 5-run lead in the 9th inning. Leiter has not prepared that way at all, and I just don't think it's as easy as, yeah, Jack can throw 100. Let's put him at closer. I think that it's a mentality that gets built up over time. Some guys, creatures of habit, and pitchers are creatures of habit, man. I just think that you probably want to start with Winn before you go to Leiter. Leave Garcia in Seattle. So we have send Garcia to China or Japan, send him over to the Asia Leagues, and now we've got leave him in Seattle. That might be what they do if he blows another game in this series. Gio, yeah, look, I'm with you. I think Armstrong needs the shot. Give him a shot. See what he can do. New acquisitions were fired tonight. Curvelo, yeah, it could be an option. I still say Armstrong. Curvelo just got up to the big leagues, just made his debut. I don't know if you want to throw Curvelo in the fire like that. But look, Cole Winn was up at the big league level last year, has pitched really well this year. I think it's got to be Armstrong and then Cole Winn after that. Antonio, I feel so much better, my guy. I feel so much better. Look, honestly, you could not do any worse than Robert Garcia did tonight. More confidence. This might be an interesting debate. Cameron, it's a good question, man. Who do you trust more? We're having a little fun right now, okay? This isn't like a super serious question. It is, but it isn't. Do you trust Luke Jackson more, or do you trust Robert Garcia more? That's actually a really good question. I almost feel like Luke Jackson. I feel like it is Luke Jackson. I don't know, man. I low key, it might be Luke. Seriously. I mean that's a good question. Honestly, we gotta have some fun. There's got to be some comedic relief here on the show. Luke Jackson did ruin opening day. That is 100 for sure. Which comment, Dan? Let me scroll back up here, man. Don't ever be afraid to repost, by the way. We're leading the pitchers meeting. Look, if I'm in there, Robert Garcia, in 6th inning with a 3-4-run lead only. I'm saying, Sean, hello, big leagues. You're getting into the closer now. Like, I don't know. There's not a whole lot else to do at this point. All right, we keep rolling. Jackson got released by the Tigers already? Wow. JP Crawford got JP Crawford kind of is getting into that father status for the Rangers right now. I mean, dude walked us off a couple of years ago. He walked us off again tonight. Dude loves walking it off against the Rangers, that's for sure. Let's see. Moving on to the next series already. Is Judge likely back by Monday? I did hear Aaron Judge is going to be back for the Rangers series. I don't think it's going to be Monday, but I think he will make an appearance. That's awesome. Breaking. Braking. Adolis Garcia to the Mets. Adolis Garcia to the Mets, man. What a time that was. Mariners didn't have any business winning this game. I agree. Rangers should have put this one to bed. This is Texas, though. They can't put teams away very easily. They let teams hang around. They don't tack on. And then sometimes the bullpen can hold it down all the way to the bitter end and get the dub. And then sometimes you get games like this. No, I don't think Rangers win the West. I never have predicted that. I do think the Rangers find a way to get into October. I don't think they win the West. Who do I trust more, Jock clutch hit or Garcia 1-run save? Garcia 1-run save, Brian. I would say Garcia 1-run save all day long, and that's saying something. Jock clutch hit. I'm not there. Give me Garcia 1-run save. All right, we keep rolling. Oh, one last thing on Bochy. Why don't we let our relievers roll? If they get through the inning fast and look good, why pull them? Well, look, there definitely is a little bit of strategy involved in being able to effectively map out these guys and their innings over the course of a very important series like this. So I can imagine the thought process is you don't want to overuse guys because you might need them on Saturday, you might need them on Sunday. Garcia is a bum, and he's more of a detriment to the team than Berger and Peterson combined. Jack, going scorched earth, my guy. I can't say that I totally agree, but look, Robert Garcia has not been good in the closer role. He's given up 4 blown saves, and he's lost 6 games total. Do they start looking to move past Josh Young? This is a good question. It's fair. I do think Josh is starting to get that injury-prone label. I do. He's going down with the calf, the wrist. It's just always appearing to be something from year to year with Josh Young. I think they'll probably hold on to him in all likelihood. I think Josh can still be a really good player in this league. But the injury-prone label is starting to stick. I've never seen somebody more happy to get hit by a pitch than Jock today. That's hilarious. Oh, man. All right, we keep rolling. If there's no Garcia and no Jackson, do the Rangers have like 10 more wins? Probably like 6 or 7. I don't know if I'd go 10, but maybe 6 or 7. Keep rolling here. Trust more. Heim to throw out a stolen base attempt or Robert Garcia closing? Probably Robert Garcia closing. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, look, he's not been good, but some of these scenarios, the alternative is not good either. Jonah Heim throwing out a base runner or Robert Garcia getting a 1-run save. I think I'm going Robert Garcia. Jonah Heim throwing out a base runner has not been money in the bank. Alex, what's good, man? Yep, JP gets the win. Absolutely sucked watching that live. How am I feeling about the morale of the Rangers? You've seen the Rangers so many times get into situations like this where they lose a couple in a row. It looks very dire, and then they end up reeling off a couple of wins or a few wins in a row. This team is like a weird team, man. They really are. They're a weird team. They don't really appear to get too high or too low. They definitely have lost a lot of games that they probably should have won this year. But I think that the morale is probably pretty even keel. I don't think that clubhouse is getting up or down right now. They're probably flushing it and starting to work through the routines for tomorrow, if I had to guess. Let's see. You don't think the Rangers have better pitching than the Astros? Totally do. Astros lost today? That makes me a little happier. Slightly happier. Appreciate the kind words, Joseph. Thanks so much, my guy. Gilbert was good tonight. I think that they could have probably beat him. I don't think he was so good that they couldn't have beat him. Who do I trust more, Mike Deportes or MLB on facts? You guys are coming like with the fire comments tonight. Chat is lit tonight, man. Mike Deportes. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. He had gotten shouted out from Jeff Passan a couple of different times. I was going through his Twitter page. He definitely has been right reporting some breaking news in the past. So I'm going to go Mike Deportes over MLB on facts, although MLB on facts is hilarious. Keep going. He pretended to get hacked. I did see that, man. He posted like the Bitcoin or the hacker posted the Bitcoin. I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like a hack job to me. It feels like he just had some bad info. Merrill Kelly needs to give us 7 strong innings. Yup. And then let's have Colomb and let's have Maton just close it out, right? 7 strong from Merrill, then give me Colomb and give me Maton closing out the ball game. Agreed? Agreed. All right. Brian, I'm with you. Whole season has been up and down. Yeah, we could have gotten 4 or 5 off of Gilbert Dan for sure. I'm with you. Boston definitely is going to be tough down the stretch. They will be. Rangers to win 5 in a row on the road, or Jock to go on a 5-game hit streak. 5 in a row on the road. You give me anything with Jock right now, I'm not taking Jock. I'm sorry. And I love the Jock Peterson signing. I loved it at the onset. Any kind of what do I trust more involving Jock, I'm probably taking the opposite right now. Yeah, Heim has just regressed, Jack. He's just regressed. I don't know if there's a crazy science behind it. There's just been a regression. I mean, obviously getting a little bit older, but Heim isn't that old. He has just fallen off a little bit of a cliff, man. It's not like a crazy steep one, but it's a cliff for sure. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's see. What do I think about firing Boone and hiring Don Mattingly? Firing Brett Boone and hiring Don Mattingly as a hitting coach? I don't really put a lot of stock in the hitting coaches, y'all. I really don't. I think that they're valuable. I definitely think good coaching is valuable. I just wonder at the major league level how big of a difference maker the hitting coaches really make in the clubhouse. I think for some guys it helps. I think some guys are just totally doing their own thing. What was my reaction in 2011? Depression. I know some of y'all saw the video I put out about Hambone a couple days ago. Total depression. I mean, elation, right, to depression. Kind of like tonight. You're about to win a ball game, and then all of a sudden it just gets ripped away from you in one moment. Nelly Cruz not being able to flag down a basic fly ball to right field. Sadness, man. Kind of like what you saw tonight if you watched me react live to the walk-off. You're just stunned. You're did that really just happen? Let's see. We're having fun with this game. Adolis Garcia outfield assist or Wyatt Langford getting a hit. I'm probably going Dolly outfield assist. I trust Dolly's arm a little bit more than Wyatt's bat right now. Yes, I do talk Cowboys. I do talk Cowboys for sure. Cowboys, Longhorns, Mavericks, and then Rangers always get the priority on the show. So Rangers first, always, and then we talk Cowboys, we talk Longhorns football. We also talk Dallas Mavericks basketball. Parsons, man, coming out with the trade request. That is pretty wild. I think it's all, it's all jockeying for positioning, just like I told y'all with the trade deadline for MLB. I don't think Parsons really wants to leave the Cowboys. I know he wrote out a bunch of crap and posted it. I don't really think Parsons wants to leave the Cowboys. I think he's totally lobbying and jockeying for position on the negotiating table. Hey, that's good. Both of y'all need to come back during football season and make the show more fun. It's always more fun when we get people coming in with an opposing viewpoint. That's why I always love it when the Mariners fans stop by. I love it when all the opposing teams fans stop by. Look, I mean that. I'm not just saying that. I really do mean that. So come back, hang out during football season. What's Kelly's record against Seattle? We're going to do the preview here in just a second, and I'll tell y'all. CY paid for Arizona, Jock, unfortunately. He did. That's true. I don't think Micah Parsons is getting traded, though. I think he's totally just saying that to try and get Jerry to give him the contract that he wants. Jack is not a fan of Jock Peterson's fashion choices. By the way, did you guys see the Jock Peterson pic of him smoking a cigar behind the Angels outfield? Did you guys see that? Not a great look for Jock. I mean, look, I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking a cigar, but I mean, not a really great look for a guy that's hitting 125. You're smoking a cig before the game. I don't know about all that. Not a super great look, honestly. Yeah, you'll have to go online. It was going around Twitter like crazy. He was with, I think, an Angels coach. He was with an Angels coach, and I don't know who took the picture, but it was Jock, an Angels coach, and whoever took the picture, all smoking cigars before one of the games at Angel Stadium. Yep. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Brian. Like, it's just not a great look. Although I'm sure he wasn't thinking that whoever he was smoking a cigar with was going to be posting a pic online, but just not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah, ultra modern. Enough said. The offense was not good tonight. I mean, not pot, but a cigar for sure. Just still not a good look, dude. You're not hitting well, and you are smoking a cigar before a game. Dude, what are we doing? Come on now. Come on now. Cody Bellinger fall off needs to be studied. Look, Cody, him and a bunch of other Rangers players, man. Brian, that pick made me want to cut Jock. It kind of, look, it definitely got me a little upset as well, I must say. When a guy is hitting a $125 and you're smoking a big old cigar before a game with the opposing team, just not a good look. I mean, I know these guys are human. I know they got their buddies on the opposing teams, but just not a great look. Trading for a bat was so important. I'm with you. That was important, and it just didn't happen. I think the Rangers really did need to go out and get one. Instead, they decide Jake Berger coming back is going to be enough. Jock Peterson's going to figure it out. Look, maybe Cody Freeman comes up and does some damage. I don't know. Yeah, look, we do have a pretty tough schedule coming up. That's true, we do. We absolutely do. It's a pretty tough schedule. All right, real quick. Will a DFA come for Jock? I think possibly, but I don't think the Rangers want Jock to sit in AAA, although I think he would clear waivers without anybody claiming him, and Jock would take the AAA assignment because he doesn't want to forfeit the contract. When we got into the ninth, it's like I already knew it was going to happen, not surprised at all. I think, Mike, you are probably on the same page as a number of other Rangers fans that do not love Robert Garcia as your closer. Seattle is a cursed place for the Rangers for sure. It is. I mean, the numbers that they have there are absolutely terrible. They mentioned them on the broadcast multiple times. All right, to put a bow on the game for tonight, Josh Smith actually did have a pretty clutch hit to get the Rangers up 2-1 in this ball game. Semien followed it up, made it 3-1. Really looked good at that point. You had Corey Seager, Garcia, Carter all going 0 for. When Garcia, Carter, and Seager are 0 for 12 with 5 Ks, that is never going to go well. Wyatt Langford was 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts. You just got to get those two young guys going, man. You have to. Jock Peterson, 1 for 1, hit by pitch as well. Swaggerty, 1 for 2. Rowdy was 1 for 2 as well. Zeke came in, went 0 for 1. Jonah Heim was 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. That's the hitting. We already went through the pitching. Colomb and Maton both pitched really well in their Rangers debuts. Robert Garcia came in, soiled the bed, and that's how we got to 4-3. Jack Leiter did not have his A stuff, walked 3, but look, gave up 2 earned runs, 1 at the time. Milner would give up a hit that would close the book on Leiter. At the time, Leiter had only given up 1 earned run, but the book closes and it says 2 earned runs for Jack Leiter, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Again, not Jack's finest hour on the mound, but it could have gone awry. It could have been a lot worse. Could have really gotten blown open at several points, and Jack did well to limit the damage. Still, Jack and Kumar Rocker, one of the main goals for them as they work to get better and better, you've got to find a way to go deeper into games. Have to. Tomorrow, let's check it out. And by the way, let's do a little scoreboard around the AL West and in the wild card. So today you had, let's see, Phillies beating the Tigers. I'm just going to do all the teams ahead. Royals won today. Royals are 55-55. They're not too far behind the Rangers. So they beat the Blue Jays today 9-3. Astros lost in extras to the Red Sox. Let's see. We had the Guardians beating the Twins in extras. Guardians are right behind the Rangers too. The Marlins beat the Yankees 13-12. The Rays lost today to the Dodgers. That's good for the Rangers. The Angels took an L. That's also good for the Rangers. The A's beat up on the Diamondbacks. And that's about it. So let's go to the standings. Right now, AL West looks like this. Houston leading by 3.5 games. And Seattle is firmly in second place. Rangers are 5.5 games out of the AL West lead. They are now 2 games out of a wild card spot. As you look at the wild card race, you've got Seattle effectively up by 3 games on the Rangers, right? Effectively 3 games because Seattle holds the tiebreaker. The Red Sox are up 3 games right now on the Rangers, and the Yankees are up 3.5 games. That's how it goes. Rockies did have a crazy game. They really did. Look, I don't think they were trying to kill Colomb or Maton in the very first outing. I hear what you guys are saying. A couple people have said, why didn't you throw Colomb multiple innings? I just think they had a plan, wanted to throw each of those guys an inning. They mapped it out probably before the game, and that's how it went. I don't think this is a game where you're going off of feel per se, maybe a little bit, but I don't think that was the priority in strategizing today. I think it was a little bit more, how can we organize the bullpen so we have a chance to use some of these guys on Saturday and Sunday? That's the thing, right? You use Colomb multiple innings. Now he's unavailable Saturday and Sunday, whereas you only use him 1 inning. Now you've most likely got him for Saturday or Sunday. And let's be real, the Rangers play a ton of close games. You want the bullpen to be fresh. So I kind of get Colomb not pitching more than 1 inning, actually. Why didn't we prioritize getting a closer? I think that in the offseason, it was all about staying under the luxury tax. At the trade deadline, we tried to get a closer, like we tried to get Bednar, but I think we just got outpriced by the Yankees. And then the market started to dry up quickly. I think the Rangers did well to get some good arms. But at the same time, they don't really have in the pen right now a guy that you look at and say, yeah, that guy is your 9th inning dude. No question. You've got guys that, hey, could be good. Armstrong, Cole Winn, I'd throw him in there. But you don't really have anybody that stands out and really feels like the closer of the Texas Rangers. Haven't been more mad since 2011. This is a frustrating season, man. 100%. 100%. Hey, we're going to do the preview of tomorrow's game real quick. But first, I want to say a special thank you to all of my paid subscribers on TikTok and my paid members on YouTube. And let me tell you a little bit about it. I just started this up probably about a few months ago just to give a little bit of an extra way for anyone that wants to support the channel. And just a little bit of an additional way to already what you guys are doing, the comments, the follows, sharing my videos, all that stuff. And it gets you exclusive access to our Right on Rangers Discord channel, which has been great. Slowly built up. I think we got, maybe about 35, 40 people in the Discord right now. It's a pretty solid group. I've really, really enjoyed our Discord channel that we're building up. And it's really about the only thing I've monetized on the channel, on the show so far. And that just helps support me, helps support the content that I'm making. This is not my full-time job. It's not the only thing that I do. I do a number of different things. Side hustles, I guess that's what you could call this for right now. And all your support goes to help me make this a full-time gig at some point down the road. Maybe not immediately, but at some point. So thank you for considering. All you got to do on TikTok, hit the subscribe button right next to the chat. If you're on YouTube or if you're on X, I'm going to drop a link for you guys in the comments section. Thanks for considering it. Look, if it's not for you, no worries at all. Keep doing what you're doing, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking the show. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing it with somebody who you know is a Rangers diehard. Appreciate it very, very much. Hey, Amanda, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. That's so generous of you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, message me after the show is over and we'll get you in the Discord. Love to have that. Thank you. Appreciate your generosity. Keep going here. Seattle fans are pretty loyal for having such a poverty franchise. Shots fired. Seattle Mariners fans are loyal. I can appreciate that. Being somebody that was a fan of a team that hadn't won a World Series in forever, I can appreciate Seattle Mariners fans 100%. All right, we keep going. Let's do preview for tomorrow, and then we are going to get off the show for good for the night, and then tomorrow we'll be back 8th, 9th inning post game. So tomorrow's game, day game, first day game we've had all week, man. We have been playing a bunch of these late night West Coast games. So tomorrow game time is going to be at 3:10 Texas time. Merrill Kelly makes his Rangers debut. Merrill Kelly against Seattle. Arozarena, 3 for 5 with a home run. J.P. Crawford, 2 for 3 with a home run. Master Boney, 0 for 2 against Merrill Kelly, Rangers probable starter for tomorrow. Josh Naylor, 0 for 3. Polanco looks like 2 for 6 with a home run. So far, Arozarena, Crawford, Polanco, all with home runs off of Merrill Kelly. Cal Raleigh, 0 for 6. Big dumper, 0 for 6. Would not have guessed that. J-Rod, 1 for 6. Solano, 2 for 10. Gino Suarez is, I think, 3 for 8 in his career against Merrill Kelly, Rangers probable starter. And Young, the second baseman, is 0 for 2. I'm 0 for 6 against Merrill Kelly. Might not be a good day for Cal Raleigh props, guys. Don't bet on me tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be having as much production against Merrill Kelly. 0 for 6 in my career against him. Oh, my goodness. And on the other side, Texas versus Luis Castillo. Evan Carter, 3 for 7 in his career. Ezekiel Duran, 0 for 5. Adolis Garcia looks like 2 for 19. 3 for, he's better than that. I think it's like 4 for 19. 2-11 and 19 at bats. Jonah Heim, 3 for 10. Higgy, I think we'll see Higgy tomorrow. Higgy is 2 for 7 with a home run. We've got Josh Young, 3 for 12. Wyatt Langford, 2 for 7. Jock Peterson does have a home run against Luis Castillo. And then you've got Corey Seager, 4 for 20. Corey Seager is. Semien has a home run. Smith has a home run. And Rowdy Tellez. They all have home runs against Luis Castillo. How about that? So we've got some guys that have hit well off of Luis Castillo. Heim especially. I think you got to look at Evan Carter. Josh Smith, he is 556 average, by the way. We're talking 5 for 9 with a bomb. So might be a big day from Josh Smith tomorrow. We shall see what the Rangers are able to do, how they're able to bounce back. Really excited for the Merrill Kelly debut. Hope the Rangers can get back in the win column. Just don't get swept, right? I'd love for them to win the next 2 games. Just don't get swept. Please. Oh, man. What a night. What a night. Rangers don't get it done. They lose on a J.P. Crawford walk-off score of 4-3. Rangers will be back tomorrow, 3:10 Texas time. We'll be live in the 8th and 9th inning, and we will give you the post-game analysis as well, just like we did tonight. Again, special thank you to all of my longtime listeners, all my paid subscribers, paid members on YouTube and X. I appreciate you guys so much. Tough to hang out after a loss like this, but that's how you know who the real ones are. That's how you know who the real ones are. Rain or shine. We're not just showing up after wins. We're here. Win or loss. Peaks and valleys. We'll be here tomorrow too. Hope you guys will come back and join us. Hope that you have a great rest of your Friday night. Let me do a final look over comments. Hey, Baseball Bat Bros, thank you. Tough loss, man. Thank you for the comment. Really appreciate your support of the show. Higgy should have pinch hit instead of Duran. I was a little bit curious if he was actually going to pinch hit at some point. Never happened. Jock breakout against Castillo. You would love to see it. You really would. Hey, Rick, thanks for showing up, man. Hey, hope you guys have a great rest of the Friday night. And look, hopefully we get back in the win column tomorrow. Flush this one out. Merrill Kelly, 7 strong shutout innings. Anybody? Let's just speak it into existence right now. All right, I'm taking off. We'll see y'all later. Have a great rest of the Friday night. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.